Hi. I'm Viktor Wilt. Welcome to the program today. Hope Monday's going by quickly for you. Hope it's good so far. And hopefully we don't, gross you out here with habits people think are normal, but you find secretly disgusting. Okay. I don't know if these are actually going to be things people find normal. I'm guessing they'll just be things that are disgusting, right? Currently, the most popular response on Reddit is when you're at the cash register and the next person in line stands extremely close to you while you're cashing out. Now, I don't know if I'd call that disgusting. I guess it depends, how bad the person smells or if they're packing some kind of a sickness. It's definitely annoying, though. Annoying and uncomfortable. Like, step back a little bit. Space bubble, people. Yeah, I can't stand that either. And if you think it's normal to, creep up that close to somebody, you're weird, okay? Stop it. Okay, what else do we have here? Now, I wouldn't call this disgusting either. Just annoying. People watching videos or, TikTok on their phones in public. They just got it blasting away. That's just weird. Again, not disgusting. Let's see here. Are any of these disgusting? Okay, this one is. And I know my lady's going to be grossed out by this because the subject of cutting your nails came up in discussion just yesterday. This person says a lot of their coworkers think it's okay to clip their nails at their desk. Don't do that, okay? That is gross. Whatever's up underneath your fingernails is disgusting. And sometimes the fingernails just go flying. You can do your best to try to carefully trim them down so that they don't go flying across the room, but it's still going to happen. Imagine you're just trying to enjoy your cup of coffee and all of a sudden you see a fingernail floating around in there. Ah! Sorry, I know it's gross. Oh yeah, this is disgusting. Coughing or sneezing without covering your mouth. Oh, like I will almost leave a store if somebody is in my vicinity just coughing away. Like, what sickness do you have that you're going to pass on to me? Why aren't you covering your mouth? I know people don't like being forced to wear a mask, but if you can't cover your mouth when you're in public and you're just... I think you should be required to wear a mask, all right? Even if you've just got allergies. Cover up, all right? What else do we have here? I'd have a shiver run down my spine anytime I was working a cashier job and a woman pulled out money from her bra to pay for something. Yeah, sweaty money. It's not great. It's not great. Licking their fingers to turn a page. Yeah, I don't like that either. You don't know where your fingers have been, or maybe you do know where your fingers have been. I guarantee they're dirtier than you think. All right. Well, now that we've got some disgusting stuff out of the way, I'll do my best to dig up something that's not gross. Because, yeah, I don't know if I even wanted to hear about that stuff this morning. Let's see, maybe I need to change my morning habits. 8 morning habits of people who will never truly be happy. Oh, so these are bad habits. Huh? Things you should not do. Well, let's find out how many of these I do. Is it waking up at, an hour that is just unnatural? I would think that makes you a little bit unhappy. No, it's doing things like waking up and immediately grabbing your phone and starting scrolling away. That's a terrible idea in this day and age. Now, I do grab my phone fairly quickly in the morning to check for messages, from a lady. Other than that, yeah, make sure that I've still got a few times I can push snooze. Aside from that, yeah, I definitely try to avoid the scrolling first thing in the morning because I'll definitely get annoyed. And being annoyed first thing in the morning, that is not a good way to start your day. Doing things like dwelling on issues from the last few days. They say skipping any form of mindful practice, whether it's 5 minutes or of journaling, a quick meditation, or just a moment of intentional breathing. Okay, so hitting snooze a bunch of times and jumping out of bed like, oh, I guess I have to go. That's not what you should do. You should just kick back and breathe deep for a few. The thought of doing that, that's just not going to pop into my head at the hour I wake up. Like I've thought about, okay, you get up extra early. Maybe you hit the treadmill for a few minutes. Nah, I'm going to go ahead and hit snooze again. And again. And again. Let's see here. You should also have breakfast and hydrate properly. I don't ever have breakfast except on the weekends when I sleep in and I'm essentially having lunch anyway. All right, well, we got any snacks around here? I guess I do have toast and oatmeal here. I could have breakfast, but I don't know. It just doesn't sound good right now. Look what time it is. Let's see. Avoiding any physical activity. So you should at least do a little bit of stretching or a short walk. Again, back to that treadmill. All I got to do is turn it on. Power, walk for a few. I can walk while I'm having some coffee. I don't know, man. Sounds like I need just a total change to my morning ritual if I want to be truly happy, according to this article here. All right, well, I did go to bed at a reasonable hour last night. That's a start. It's Monday. Boo! But hopefully your weekend made it worth it. I had a pretty good weekend. Did a lot of relaxing, which was great. Hung out with my lady watching season 16 of RuPaul's Drag Race. That's what I did most of the weekend. And it was very funny and entertaining and a good time. Wish I was still sitting at home watching TV. Actually, maybe taking a little bit of a nap in that recliner. But aside from that, I actually left my house this weekend, which was good. Some of my friends from Pokey, good friends, were performing in some bands at the gym, so I went and checked out the show, and it was a great time. TV Dads killed it, and then my homies in Hot Pursuit and Modern Methods also just slayed it down. Saw a lot of people I hadn't seen in a long time. It was good. It was good. Peaches came and hung out as well, and it was good to get out on the town with Peaches. And then stayed up way too late Saturday night, and I'm sure that's part of the reason that Sunday went by so quickly. Slept in a little bit. Yeah, you just can't win on the weekend. Sleeping in's great, but then all of a sudden the weekend's over. Oh well, at least it was a fun and somewhat productive weekend. I did a tiny bit of chores, like, bare minimum. And my daughter got a new cat. That was pretty fun. Daughter sent me some photos and videos of the new cat she picked up on, I think it was Saturday. And it just looked so happy. And there's something about seeing animals that get adopted seeming to be so happy about the fact that they have a home that it puts a smile on my face. So that brightened things up. It was nice to see. And I hung out with my own cats. It was a quality weekend. I think I need more coffee. It's okay. We're going to get through this day. We're going to power through it together. But man, we really need to move to always having a 3-day weekend. I could have used one more day off, as I'm sure you could have as well. So here's to the day going by quickly. Well, if you thought we were going to see the end of stupid TikTok trends, well, you got another thing coming. I was just reading about hashtag. Where'd it go here? It's kind of a long one. Hashtag Dropping things on my foot. There we go. I wanted to make sure I gave you the correct hashtag. Dropping things on my foot. Doctors warning TikTok users, you may be facing a lifetime of pain and disability copying this viral trend. I watched a video of this guy drop a toaster on his foot. What people are doing is dropping heavy things on their foot and ranking how painful each item is. Things like vacuum cleaners, glass jugs. They're asking these kids in this article, why do you do this? Well, I love making content and laughing at myself. Yeah, till you're hobbling around for the rest of your life. Jeez, kids are dumb. So I'm always trying to figure out, good ways to make content for the K-Bear pages. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pick up the vacuum cleaner and drop it on my foot for your enjoyment. Old enough as it is, probably wouldn't come back from it. Yeah, just because you're young. I mean, you can damage yourself permanently. This is just so stupid. Hashtag dropping things on my foot. Okay. Please don't do this, kids. All right? What shape is the world going to be in about 30 years? I don't know what the long-term damage from Tide Pods would be, but man, kids are dumb. Well, as I've been digging for content here, I was scrolling through East Idaho News and made myself hungry. They had an article under the East Idaho Eats section about Fuji. I have not been to Fuji in far too long. Fuji is so good. If you haven't been to a Fuji and tried out the sushi or hibachi, you should go. They have locations in Idaho Falls and Pocatello. I guess I should technically say but anyhow, it's a lot of fun. Back when my kids lived with me, Fuji was like the go-to place for a birthday celebration. You sit down at the hibachi tables and they give you a little bit of a show. The chefs are, really, really funny. They do cool tricks. There's things getting lit on fire. It's fun. It's fun. And the food is so good. Yeah, I'm now craving, thanks to the images they're showing, some sushi and some hibachi chicken. Sounds so good. All right, let's close that tab. I mean, you should go give it a look because, again, maybe you've never been to Fuji. And East Idaho News, it's a great place to find new places to try. That East Idaho Eats section, you can find out details on all kinds of different restaurants in the area. And I mean, we've had places opening left and right, so you may not have heard about some of these places. Fuji's been around a while, but yeah, that sounds really good. Really good. Anyway, I'm going to get back to trying to find stupid news for Freak News, which is coming up next. No more looking at snacks. It's too early to start eating like a pig. Jeez. Sorry, I was pushing the wrong buttons. I had a pre-recorded break ready to go in case I wasn't back in time after dropping off the old truck. Thanks for the ride, Peaches.
Absolutely. I'm eating this horrible nectarine that I put in that bowl of smelly pine cones, where the pine cones used to be.
Oh.
I took it out, washed the bowl out, and yeah, still tastes like cinnamon.
Dude, those cinnamon pine cones reek so much that, yeah, I would imagine it's hard to get the smell out of a dish they were in.
Well, they've been sitting there since, I think, before October.
Oh.
I think when Winco first started selling those bags of them.
I hate those.
I like them. I was trying to festive up my place. Festive up. I was trying to make my place more festive.
Yeah. Just the potent smell of them. It's too much for me. Too much. Speaking of too much, there's too much metal coming to the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater in July 8th?
July 8th, the Summer of Loud 2025.
That is pretty awesome. Read those bands on the lineup.
I don't know. This is all one day. There's 2, 4, 6. There's 8 bands here.
Yeah, it's a festival.
Kill Switch Engage, Parkway Drive, I Prevail, Beartooth, The Amity Affliction, The Devil Wears Prada, Alpha Wolf, and Kingdom of Giants. My favorite band, of course.
Peach's favorite band and favorite place, Kingdom of Giants. All right, dude, that's a great lineup. Yeah. Time to reach out to the old promoters there and line something up.
We have to. July 8th, that's a huge, huge
Yeah, that's great. Wish we had that one coming right here to town, but I'll take it in Salt Lake, you know?
I was going to say, you sound like one of our listeners.
I
When
know.
are they going to book a rock show in Idaho Falls?
Yeah, I am starting to ask that myself now. Come on, it's February 24th. Get us a rock show booked. Well, we do have Dropkick Murphys and Bad Religion, so I shouldn't complain. That is a rock show. But hopefully more. I like some of them metal shows, Peaches. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get something. But anyway, get details on that on the Post Fontaine Facebook page. It doesn't look like they've put it up on their website yet, but that's a sweet lineup. That's pretty awesome. So
We know somebody for Beartooth I think we could try to contact.
we should have contacts for most of those bands. So maybe we can line up some meet and greets and things like that. So
Takeover.
I'll tell you who to hit up.
Because in Salt Lake City, K-Bear doesn't play any single one of those bands, and I'm sure they'll be
No.
there first thing, with their stupid car, trying to promote this show.
That's right. Gotta love radio stations showing up to events for artists they don't support. That's my favorite.
My favorite thing was hearing Shaggy say that the Pick plays a lot of Megadeth way more than we do.
I don't know about that, Shaggy.
I was like,
I don't know. But anyway, we'll get the details on that show up at our concert calendar. So go check that out at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. What else do we got going on around here? I can't remember which giveaway I talked about earlier today. Was it the Nintendo Switch? Or was it the tickets to the Dropkick Murphys and Bad Religion? I don't know. So I guess we'll do Nintendo Switch again. Teamed up with Brent Gordon Law just in time for the stupid time change. Trying to make it a little bit better with a free Nintendo Switch bundle for one lucky listener. You can sign up in any of our apps, the K-Bear app, the Cannonball app, the Alt 101 app, once per app, all right? If you submit more than once per app, your extra entries go away, so you're just wasting your time. But, yeah, you want the best odds one time per app, and on, let's see, it'll be next week. End of next week, we will draw a winner for that Nintendo Switch bundle with Make the Switch with Brent Gordon Law. So get signed up now. I have a Nintendo Switch. It's loads of fun. And we're throwing in the latest Mario Party game along with a carrying case, so you'll have everything you need to game out and have a great time. Anyway, get in to win with Make the Switch with Brent Gordon Law. It's actually kind of a nice day outside. It was not freezing on my way here. Now, there is some melt going on, so there are icy patches that are slicker than usual. So be a little bit cautious, but looking at the week ahead, it's looking pretty good. I mean, we're talking about being up into the 40s by the end of the week. It should be in the mid 30s throughout most of the week. Today, looking at a high of 43. That's the nicest day we've had in ages. Fantastic. So, it's almost over. It's almost over, everybody. We're making it through. Oh, and thankfully, I have had enough. The only thing that sucks is I had a bunch of goals I wanted to accomplish during the winter months. Just projects around the house and things. I have done none of that. 0.0 tasks accomplished, aside from chores. I don't know what my deal's been. Just need to get out of the lazy funk or something. But anyhow, maybe nice weather will motivate me a little bit. It's not like it's hard stuff I need to do. It's just tedious and time consuming. So, you could be like me. Put it off for another day. It's a good day to kick back and play video games. I had a listener call earlier and recommend that you start each day by playing 30 minutes of video games. Said it was a wonderful way to kick off his day. He gets up early, hasn't had to snow shovel, so he fires up video games for about a half hour and has a wonderful time. I think that's a pretty good plan. We got a caller? See what they want. K-Bear, you are live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
Good morning, Victor. This is Dave.
Hey, Dave. What's up, Dave?
Oh, no, my name's Jared. glad to hear I'm not alone in this funk. I've got all these tasks around the house to do, and it's just, oh, maybe next weekend. I'm like, why? What is the weather?
Weather's got to be part of it. I don't have a good explanation myself either. I am just not getting the things done that I need to do. I'm having a good time. I mean, I'm enjoying a lot of relaxation and playing video games, watching TV and movies. But there are things that, and the longer you don't do the tasks, the harder it is to get into them, I've noticed. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm hoping, hoping a little bit of warmth and sunshine will turn that around.
Yes, I agree. I'm just calling to say I'm glad I'm not not all alone there in that factor there. So I'm hoping the weather breaks it.
Yeah, I mean, I was very proud of myself for getting out of my house on Saturday night and actually going out on the town. I don't ever do that. And it was a good time. You know, I think it was needed. You got to get some of that social interaction that's not just at work. So, exactly. It was good.
I know the severe cold I've been suffering with the last couple of weeks hasn't helped. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Again, weather don't help. So as soon as the weather breaks, get out, do a little something outside of my property, and then that'll help.
Yeah, man. I'm wishing you luck on the motivation front, and I hope you're feeling better after the sickness.
Oh yeah, 110% better as of today.
Good.
Best luck to you too, man. Hoping you can get around to getting your chores done, or your task you need to get done.
Yeah, I mean, if I get the work tasks done, I'll be all right. There's always, another day for whatever needs to be done at home. So I'm not too worried about it. It'll get done eventually.
Yeah, brother. Well, rock and roll. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, man. Hope you have a great week.
Yeah, you too.
Right
Take
on.
care.
Peace.
Later.
All right. It's good to know I'm not the only one slacking and in a funk. This time of year can be really rough on people. If you've been feeling down, feeling like you got a black cloud hanging over your life, get in and get checked out by your doctor. Sometimes you might be dealing with a vitamin deficiency or something like that. Maybe you've got some stress that you need to get in and talk to somebody about. A lot of different things that can affect that motivation. Maybe you're boozing it up too much. Don't do that. That'll kill motivation because that makes a very boring activity seem like it's a good time until you wake up the next day and you're like, why did I do that? And then you don't want to do anything that day either. Another thing you might want to get in and talk to somebody about. So we'll get through it. We're going to get through this winter. It's been a long winter. Anytime you've got an election year and then winter to deal with right after, it is mentally exhausting, especially in the current day and age. Like, there's a story going viral from Idaho. I don't know if I'm going to get into it on the show because it's Monday and talking politics, but could Idaho stop going national, making us look like crazy people, making us look dumb? It's never anything good when Idaho makes national news, but my entire Reddit feed, and these are not from Idaho-based subreddits, are all sharing the same video, and I'm guessing it's going to be another lawsuit that taxpayers are going to have to pay for. That's the thing when you got crazy people doing crazy things. Somebody's inevitably going to sue, and when you're suing the government, we pay for it. We pay for it. So, yeah. Can't wait. Can't wait to see what happens. I'm so nervous to go do my taxes. Well, I know it needs to be done, but last year was not good. It was one of my biggest letdowns of the year, getting my taxes done, finding out how screwed I got on that deal. Hopefully this year is better. As long as it breaks even somehow. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Be wonderful. Anyway, wishing all of y'all luck when it comes to the tax situation. You never know what Big Brother gonna do to us. Pretty sure Peaches talked about this last week, And I don't know why I never brought it up, but it's apparently a light news day, so we could talk about this student in China who was a little embarrassed by, a friend of his. He ended up lighting his dormitory on fire after trying to hide his inflatable girlfriend from his roommate. The way he decided to try to hide it was lighting it on fire. Couldn't you just deflate it and stick it in a drawer or something like that? Lighting a fire inside of a building is never a good idea. Deflate it and put it in the garbage. If he was going to burn it up, he didn't want it anymore. Yeah, put it in the garbage and put some, disgusting stuff on top of it so your friend doesn't go digging through the trash. Then you don't end up losing all of your possessions as your home burns to the ground. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but, well, I guarantee this kid's ego's hurt because now he's made international news for this. You don't want to be that guy, all right? Don't want to be the guy who was trying to hide his inflatable girlfriend, lit it on fire, and set the dormitory on fire. You will end up being talked about on every radio station in the universe. Anywhere where people can get access to this story. You might have aliens laughing about it. Yeah, well, sometimes you just got to tell your friend, hey, you know what? It's my life. I can live it how I want. And this is my girlfriend. Your friend might think you're a little bit weird, but it's better than burning the home to the ground, okay? Just a suggestion. Thank you again for tuning in to the Viktor Wilt Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.